Hello, hello. Alrighty, so I am Ashley Escobar, the founder and creator of the Angelic Love and Light LLC. I am the host of the podcast platform, The Wake Up, and I am also known as the Love and Light Activator and Intuitive Guidance Coach. But and many more titles. But today we are here to talk about the exciting Mercury Retrograde. Excuse me. I've been talking all day, and my tongue is like, I'm human. I've been doing a lot of talking today. So we're talking about the retrograde happening tomorrow, depending on where you are. So I'm here on the East Coast, and I'm so excited. I love it. I know, calm down. They get a bad rep, but I'm going to teach you that they are so beneficial. So first of all, we're going to do a little education, and I'm talking quickly because I have so much to say, but I'm going to try to keep this under 30 minutes. So a little education first. You need to know that Mercury is the planet of communication, and the retrograde is happening in the sign of Cancer. So we are currently within Gemini season, transitioning next to Cancer. But the planets rotate within the astrological signs, and Mercury is going in Cancer. So hold your seats. Now. I am a Cancer. July 7th birthday is coming up. This is play nice. This is going to be an extra emotional month of a retrograde, not to mention that there is a total of 6 now planets in retrograde. So what else do I have here for you? So retrograde, in a sense, is the feeling of going back and all the reviews, rethink, replan, revisit. Let's see. Now, Cancers, we are known for our emotions and creativity, and this is what this time is going to be about. So lately, what has happened in the past few weeks, the time had a sense of a speed up, right? Well, retrograde kind of slows that down. So even though it may be a little bit painful, but it's balanced out with positive, and there's light at the end of the tunnel, we are going to be slowed down, and that we need a break from that, all the illusions and all the things going on collectively, and not to mention in the astrology world. So, this time is known for focusing on ideas, media. I don't know how much I personally believe in that one right now. Decision making, viewpoints, thinking. Your thoughts could be changed. Your viewpoints. A lot of people within these past few weeks and the other planetary things that have been going on, the eclipses, and what is going on collectively in the world, a lot of people have been speaking emotionally from viewpoints, and they are collectively have been speaking very emotionally, and that could be reviewed because there's been a lot of miscommunications, and retrograde are known for that. So here's the blessing. I'm giving you a little warning heads up. So those of you who know nothing about retrograde periods, I'm going to give you the warnings, and then maybe you can look back and be like, oh my God, that's when a retrograde was happening. That was happening. So, and then you use the astronomy toolbox that I give you and tell you these cool little facts about these dates, and you play it into how it works for you individually and the collective world, and you see the correlation, because nothing is a coincidence. Anyway, so let's jump into what retrogrades get a bad stigma for. They're known for chaos. They're known for technological problems. We've had a shadow period leading up to, there's always a week's worth of shadow period before any eclipse, any retrograde, anything. So we have had lots of glitches in cell phones, computers, technology, car trouble. The warning signs have been there. And this is the time to back up your information, back up your phones, back up all your technology, fix those car problems, check the check engine light. Make sure you have gas. Make sure dot your T's. No, dot your I's, cross your T's. Boy, has it been a day. So These come as warnings to prepare, and they're known for also. And expect delays, so give yourself more time within travel and commute because we don't need any accidents. And frustrations with getting messages across. Words specifically, watch your words that you choose. You cannot get those back. And emotions are heightened within the Cancer sign. So people are not acting themselves. They're acting within the Cancer signs and traits of a Cancer. So it's like you're whatever you are mixed with a big old Cancer for a month going back. I know it sounds like a pure roller coaster of hell. But so now, they say that this is not a time that you should be making any big decisions, any major purchases. If you got that done out of the way, you should be good to go. I hope the best for you, and I'm manifesting only the best for you. No big contracts or agreements until after July 12th. You do what's best for you. I'm not giving any personal advice here tonight, just stating facts and education. Old faces often return during retrogrades, blasts from the past, not even within a relationship sense, many different avenues. It may feel like a deja vu fate type of feeling, like are they coming back, like this feels familiar, like it's the same old thing, or is this really meant to be and that's why they're returning? And be smart, because normally 9 times out of 10, it was just a test and they're the same person. I write these notes, and then I can't remember what I wanted to say after I write them, and I need to stop doing that. Don't fall for old tricks. That's what I was getting at with that. Okay. So, to review, when you're going back in time, in a sense, within retrograde, you want to review and think of the last few months, your communication, your thinking. Within these heightened emotions, that you've been speaking from. Were you speaking your truth? Did you lose a friend? Were you in an argument? Were you truly being yourself? Do you need to go apologize? These are the things we're reevaluating and reviewing. So like I said, it's known for rethinking, reworking, rehashing, reconsidering, reconnecting, reevaluating, reorganizing, and rehearsing. So when the sun, this little side note, see, so much goes on up there, and it plays a part down here. The sun and Mercury are both in Cancer, so it's increased even more than what Cancers are known to be. Yeah, we're the best people, not to mention. So the sun is good for those attuned with positivity. So just let's take that positivity, and in an emotional sense, let's just add to it, okay? It doesn't always have to be bad. The unconscious baggage and past wounds can make it very confusing, and there's much need for clearing and healing. It's a constant. Shadow work is constantly coming up, internally, within, and as a collective. Deal with it so that you can release any blocks that it's preventing you from moving forward with, so that you can tap into love. And instead of your old fear and negative mindset that you have had blocked in you, you've got to take care of that and let it go and clear it. So release old emotional clutter holding you back. Possibilities through a third party during retrograde could be happening for some, and it could be happening through a third party connecting you to a new job, a relationship, giving an offer, introductions. This is not for everybody. Certain things may hit and resonate with some. I'm just giving you the education. It's like the cheat sheet to the test. And then there's some information in there that can help you within this time frame. So review old business and creative project ideas. This is a great time to do that. Everybody has been hustling so much, working, getting to their plans, getting to finding their purposes. People are digging within, and I love it. I'm working with so many clients right now, and I love to see this. So finish those projects. Go back, review which one was important that you didn't continue. Maybe you needed a break from it. That's okay. So, there will be new intelligence that this all brings, and pay attention for opportunities that come around again, because they're coming back around for two reasons. Either it's vacancy or ambition. And I just want to say, so if when you go back, I think this is really cool. I have some specific dates, and you're going to be like, I don't know these dates. Well, guess what your Google Photos does, or your Photos does, because it's saved by the dates. So when we talk about retrograde going backwards, in a sense, before it launches you forward, and all those things that may be asking you to go back and reflect, review, all that, I'm going to give you some dates, and you can play this back. Take a look at these dates, and these are dates of major events or life changes or new relationships that could be the returning blast from the past. So this is like a mega cheat sheet. Who wouldn't want this? June 12th, 2018. January 5th, 2019. July 2nd, 2019. July 16th, 2019. December 26th, 2019. And January 10th, 2020. So take a look at those dates. They may mean something to you, and you can use this to your benefit. And then your senses and your intuition, and hopefully you've learned from some of this stuff from the past so you don't make the same mistake, because often things come back not only as returning in a good thing, but returning to see if you can pass the test this time around. And if you've let that go, if it's not going to release the same trigger or emotions or reaction, if you've learned and grown. So it's a test. Beware. Are you going to pass it or not? This is a great time. You know what you need to do with all the creative energy and emotional energy, and it's such a time for creative writing and journaling. You need to release and let go of those negative, low vibrational emotions, and not take them out on the ones you love, and take it out, because words you cannot take back once you say them. And you can try to blame it on an emotion, but I don't hear that. So you need to write it down and then burn it, rip it up. But do not go on Facebook, because I find most people use Facebook as like a Dear Diary. I think that was a toy back in my era. Purple was like Dear Diary. No, do not release. Like, I understand conviction, of course I do, and getting your point across, but let's be cautious with our words, okay? Because we can be hurtful, and people are very sensitive within these emotional times, especially because Cancers are very sensitive to a certain extent, and don't think that we're not all that. You need to express, but watch how you express and not suppress. So many people are walking around with so much suppressed everything, and it really is not good for you, and it's not going to get you forward. You have to move through it, and there's ways to do it, and there's support, and it takes time, and it's one day at a time. That's all you have to think about. So now, like I said, we have 6 planets in retrograde: Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, and Mercury. Be conscious of actions and decisions in these times, and it's a battle between the ego and light. And coming from me, the Love and Light Activator, I know that many people in society have been conditioned by societal norms, and just from all the factors that factor into that. And the ego does not want you to progress and get better. So within this retrograde time, really reflect and review and go back and see what this retrograde has to offer you. And I'm excited to see who's going to end up in the light and who's going to need another time around on the hamster wheel of life. Another wave, that's all it is. And I want to go back, and I wrote out all the, I have it on my computer here, I wrote out all of the horoscope signs and how you would be impacted by this retrograde. So you're welcome. I'm feeling amazing today. It's an amazing, amazing day. So I'm going to read these and I'm going to slow down now because I'm at 15 minutes and I'm doing well. Aries, you're finding that there's something holding you back, not living your best life. You might see trouble regarding housing or might notice appliances or technology glitching out. On an inner level, you're focusing on the past, spending way more time with your family, learning more about your roomies, or staying home. You're getting in touch with your roots, developing stronger understanding of the past, and finding inner stability and comfort. Taurus, the way you communicate with others is not working out well, as it could. You're an earth sign, practical, grounded, and a matter of fact, so logical that it tends to win out over your emotions. But here's the thing, even if you don't want to take your feelings into account, you still have them. You're learning how to become more sensitive, not only to others' feelings, but to your own too. And if you're upset, say something. If you're sad, rant to somebody you trust. And if you're happy, share it with others. And if you love somebody, make sure you tell them. It might be tough, but you got this. Geminis. We're wrapping up with Geminis. Let's move into Cancer season. All right. So, Geminis, you are affected within your finances possibly, so watch out. Make sure you are not spending too much. Make sure you have enough money in your savings. Do not do too much because until July 12th, you may find that you're going to have some trouble within the checkings or paying your bills or something, or do not gamble too much. This is your warning. My Cancers! Whoop, whoop. All right, are you ready? It's enhanced for us because it's in our sign. So this means that we're doing a lot of inner work. We're focusing on the way we communicate, the way we feel about ourselves, the persona you want to show the world, and the types of relationships you form. Yeah, it's a lot. Start with yourself. How do you relate to others? How do you share your thoughts and feelings? What walls do you have up? Once you figure that out, go deeper and examine how your past affects your present. Consider your inner wants and needs and make sure they're being met. After all this work, you'll be able to express the best version of yourself possible, the best version of yourself possible. Strengthen your relationships and feel a sense of inner comfort. Leos, the next few weeks have you dealing with emotional baggage and digging into your subconscious habits and behaviors. If it sounds heavy, that's because it is. Your inner work is taking a remarkable toll on your energy, so it is important that you take time to meditate, relax, and rest. The retrograde is all about ending patterns and completing cycles for you, Leos, and it's an opportunity to eliminate self-destructive habits so that you can live a better life. Between you and me, you might run into an ex or an old friend you had a falling out with, and this is your opportunity to find closure. As you dig up memories from the past, you'll get worn out at first, but you'll be surprised at how much lighter you feel by the end of this retrograde. Excuse me. Virgo, this retrograde really isn't impacting you on a personal level, but it's stirring up drama within your inner circles. There are people in your crew that frankly you've outgrown, and you know the kind. They just take, and take. Ooh, I know somebody's in this group, this Virgo. I hope they watch my video. You know the kind, and without giving anything back. I'm not saying that you should view your friendships as transactional, although you might already do since you're an earth sign. But be real with yourself. If your friends don't support you, this retrograde might be the final straw that makes you decide to cut them off for good. On the other hand, it might run into somebody you had a falling out with so that you can determine whether this person belongs in your life now or that you both change. Word to the wise, as much as you're being tempted to gossip, try to avoid it. That way you can minimize the drama and come out on the other side in one piece. Libras. It's happening in another cardinal sign, and you're getting hit sort of hard, Libras. The big focus here is your career and public image. Think about whether or not your persona you show to others honors the real you. Is your current career path in line with your dreams? Do your professional goals fit with what you want to do with your life? If you're not so sure about your current job, don't turn in your 2 weeks notice, but go ahead and update your resume, research different jobs, and send in a few applications. Even if you're satisfied with what you do for a living, you may feel some extra pressure from your boss. So look for creative ways to boost your productivity no matter how you feel about your 9 to 5. So that once you break on through to the other side of this retrograde, you'll have a stronger idea of what you want to do with your life. Scorpio, two areas, my second favorite people, two areas of your life are being impacted by this retrograde. First, if you're a student, you're being handed a ton of challenges. And in a student, that doesn't always have to be within literally sense. You may be being taught some lessons. Like, are your current classes going to help you? Are they what you want to do with your life after graduating? Are you figuring out where to apply for college or grad school? Are you considering taking a gap year? You're in no rush to solve these problems right now, but take weeks to consider your options. Second, Scorpios are being asked to focus on your opinions, beliefs, and outlook on life. You're a stubborn, fixed sign, and you fight for what you believe in no matter what. But now's the time to listen to others and learn. Now's the time to listen to others and learn about ideas you haven't yet considered. Instead of getting peachy, keep an open mind. You'll be surprised at how much you learn and change. Oh, and P.S., if you have any travel plans during the next few weeks, make sure you triple check everything. Retrograde is notorious for screwing up travel plans. Sagittarius, this retrograde is focusing on intimacy and what it means to you and how you experience it with others, especially when it comes to having fixed financial assets. And you have a reputation for being a commitment phobe, but this retrograde is urging you to dig deeper and explore how your past experience influenced your current feelings about relationships. Capricorn, your one-on-one relationships are your main priority during this Mercury retrograde. The B relationships, your bestie, your boo, your business partner, and anyone you're beefing with, are the connections to focus on. And TBH, they're bringing you drama. You might run into an ex or an ex-friend, but take advantage of the encounter to find closure. You might even want to bring them back into your life after expressing how they've changed, of course. If you're currently booed up and struggling to get along with your partner or just hitting a rough patch with a friend, use this time to stop, figure out the root of the issue, and find a solution. Odds are it's a communication issue. Mercury does this. Mercury rules communication, after all. Speak your mind and make sure you listen to what the other person has to say. Be willing to compromise and you'll get through this retrograde relatively stress-free. Aquarius, your wellness, both mental and physical, is your focus for the next few weeks, as is your day-to-day routine. Do you have a regular self-care rituals? Are you staying active? Are you eating balanced, nutritional meals? If the answer to any of these is no, then it's time to fix that. Make sure you're eating rich, exercising, even if it's doing just yoga stretches every day and getting plenty of rest. This retrograde can be a real headache if you're not taking responsibility for your well-being. But if you take this time to knock out unhealthy habits and start new productive ones, you can lead a happier, more productive life for a long time after retrograde. Pisces, last but not least. Hello, lucky you. This retrograde is probably going to cause very minimal drama. Since Mercury is in Cancer, a like-minded water sign, its vibes are harmonizing with your own, retrograde or no. Your focus is primarily on yourself and what makes you happy. Mercury retrograde is taking place in your chart's 5th house, the house of good fortune, which rules romance, sex, creativity, and fun. And it sort of turns anything stressful, like retrograde, into something pleasant. During this retrograde, you're getting back in touch with your inner child, finding what makes you happy, and learning how to share affection. If you're an artist of any type, you're inspired to create. If your love life has been stagnant, you're able to figure out why. And whether you're single or taken, you're finding a way to spice up your love life. But just a heads up, you also might run into an ex or two. They always come back, and they know. They know. So on that note, I'm at 24 minutes, and that's all I have to say. I'm going to leave you with this. What do you need in order to feel safe, secure, and stable? And look back, take a look at those dates. Be prepared for the blast from the past, or maybe some deja vu, and spare yourself. But remove the emotional blocks. And July 12th, you will have a refreshed and light feeling. I'm leaving you with this, Ashley Escobar, the Love and Light Activator. And I wish you all a beautiful Mercury retrograde. Love and light.